So yesterday we were discussing about true experimental design, types of true experimental design. I told you about one type, that is pre-test post-test control design. Now there are several types of true experimental design. We'll go over a few of them, not all of them. Even when you are asked about it in exam, you don't need to write all of them. There are about 10, 12 types. Just 5, 6 types will be enough. But if you want to summarize it into a short way, you can go ahead with it. Okay, if you are specifically asked about true experimental design, then you'll have to write all of them. Okay. Now coming to the second type, we have post-test only control design. Now इसमें क्या करते हैं? You have two groups, the same experimental group and control group. They are randomly selected, but neither of them are pre-tested or pre-measured. You will not do a pre-test or pre-measurement of any certain criteria before making the intervention. अब यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है? In the previous case, you are doing both pre-test and post-test. Okay, whatever diagnostic test you are doing or whatever criteria you are seeing before the test and after the test to make sure whether that intervention that you are doing is working or not. अब वो कर रहे थे. In post-test, you will only perform the post-test. You will not perform the pre-test. Post-test control design में आप खाली पोस्ट टेस्ट करते हैं, आप प्री टेस्ट नहीं करते. तो इसमें कैसा रहता है? बोथ द सैंपल्स, both the control and experiment will be randomized. Intervention will only be given to experiment as usual, will not be given to the control group, and you will see the result of what will happen to the patients if you are not performing pre-test and you are only giving post-test. So, for example, let's suppose you want to give a certain drug to a patient, example, and you are not counseling them about the drug before. Okay? You're not telling them anything about the drug before, or maybe you want to do a certain procedure on the patient and you are not preparing the patient about that procedure before. Okay? And let's suppose you give a particular intervention, that is your procedure. Let's suppose you perform a special type of surgery, or you're giving a specific type of drug to the patient. Post test will be, you are essentially seeing what is happening to the patient down the line. Okay? So you will be able to see, अगर हम पहले prepare नहीं करा patient को, बाद में what will be the effect with giving the intervention and without giving the intervention होगा क्या patient में. So you are only conducting post test and you are conducting intervention or treatment in the experiment group. You are not doing any pre-test in this. तो इसका table कैसा दिखता? You have second. हाँ जी, यहाँ पर है आपका सब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, you have two subjects. One is the experiment. ठीक है, experiment, and नीचे you have your control. ठीक है, and here is your randomization. So we already know both of them will be randomized. In true experimental design, all of them will be randomized. ठीक है, you are randomly selecting the sample. We are randomly selecting who will be in experiment, who will be in control. Then pre-test जो है, आप pre-test कर रहे नहीं, there is no pre-test. So this is a no, this is no. You are giving treatment or you are giving intervention, whatever you are doing. आप एक ड्रग दे रहे, ट्रीटमेंट दे रहे, या सर्जरी कर रहे, जो भी कर रहे, you are only doing it to the experimental group, not to the control group. ठीक है, and you are doing post test for both of them. तो पोस्ट टेस्ट आप या तो काउंसलिंग कर रहे हैं, और लेट्स सपोज पोस्ट टेस्ट यू आर सीइंग देयर कंडीशन, दैट यू आर डूइंग फॉर बोथ ऑफ देम. इससे पता क्या चलता, you will know what is the effect of, the pre-test, without giving the pre-test, what is the effect of the intervention, without preparing the patient for a certain condition, what will happen if you do that condition to them, or if you, without preparing the patient for a particular intervention, if you are providing the intervention or if you are providing the drug to the patient, what will be their reaction, what will be their result, how will their body respond. ठीक है, वो एक तरीका है, आप ये पोस्ट टेस्ट कंट्रोल डिजाइन से मालूम हो सकता, ठीक है, विदाउट डूइंग एनी प्री टेस्ट, विदाउट प्रिपेयरिंग द पेशेंट एट ऑल, you are performing the intervention and you are seeing the effect of that intervention. Okay, so that is another type of true experimental design. Then we have Solomon 4 group design. Solomon 4 group design. अब इसमें क्या करते हैं, simply draw the table, it will be easier for you to understand that. इसमें 4 ग्रुप्स ले रहे हैं, ठीक है, 2 एक्सपेरिमेंटल है, 2 रैंडम कंट्रोल ग्रुप्स, all of them are randomized. We have, okay, I'll just not write R because we already know all of them are randomized. The pre-test, and this will become intervention. So 1, 2, okay. अब यहाँ पर आता है आपका सब्जेक्ट, ठीक है, your subjects will include 2 experimental groups and 2 control groups. Okay. For the sake of ease, we'll write them as E1. Okay. And this fellow as C1. We have experiment 2, E2, and control which is C2. ठीक है, तो आपके पास 4 ग्रुप्स बन गए. We have 2 experimental groups and 2 control groups. All of them are randomly selected, so there is pure randomization occurring. ठीक है, now what you will do is you will perform pre-test only in 1 experiment and 1 control group. Pre-test procedure or whatever you're doing, counseling जो भी कर रहे हैं आप, pre-test before performing the intervention, you are only doing that for 1 experiment and 1 control group. So these 2 will not get any pre-test. Intervention as usual is done only to the experimental group. Intervention, meaning the drug that you are giving or whatever you do as a researcher, the manipulated variable that you are introducing or the independent variable that you are using. This is given to only experimental group. Okay. After that, what you are doing, you are performing post-test to all of them. So, इन्हें भी Y है, इन्हें भी Y है, इन्हें भी Y है, इन्हें भी Y है. ठीक है, तो इससे होता क्या, अब यहाँ पर देखो, look closely. We have 4 groups here. 2 of them are experimental, 2 of them are control. All of them are randomized, and you are performing pre-test only in 1 group of experimental and 1 control group. And out of that as well, you are giving intervention only to experimental group as such. तो आपको यहाँ से पता क्या चलता, एक कंट्रोल ग्रुप को मैं प्री टेस्ट दिया, इंटरवेंशन नहीं दिया, एक पोस्ट टेस्ट का रिजल्ट आया, एंड एक और कंट्रोल ग्रुप को मैं कोई प्री टेस्ट नहीं दिया, इंटरवेंशन ऑब्वियसली नहीं करता, मैं पोस्ट टेस्ट करा. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दीज 2 कंट्रोल ग्रुप्स? ठीक है, then in experimental as well, I am performing pre-test in one and now I'm not performing pre-test in another. I'm giving intervention in both of them. I'm giving the drug or following the procedure in both of them. What is the result? I can compare in multiple ways in this. Okay, Solomon for group design में it will help you to perform multiple analysis between the groups, because multiple comparison between the groups for assessment of pre-test and post-test effect. ठीक है, प्री टेस्ट का क्या इफेक्ट है पेशेंट पे, पोस्ट टेस्ट का क्या इफेक्ट है पेशेंट पे, वेदर इट इज एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप और नॉन कंट्रोल ग्रुप. मतलब मैं प्री टेस्ट के साथ एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप को देखा तो मेरे को एक रिजल्ट आ रहा है. मैं कंट्रोल प्री टेस्ट के साथ विदाउट इंटरवेंशन आई एम गेटिंग वन रिजल्ट. आई एम सीइंग अनदर ग्रुप ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंटल विदाउट प्री टेस्ट बट विद इंटरवेंशन आई एम सीइंग अ रिजल्ट. Then I'm seeing another control group which does not have pre-test or intervention, but I'm seeing a certain result. What is happening to different groups of patient in such scenarios? I can compare all of them. तो यहाँ पर 4 ग्रुप अलग अलग बन जा रहे हैं. ये एक ग्रुप है, ये ग्रुप है, ये ग्रुप है, ये ग्रुप है. Group 1 and 3 have experimental, so they have intervention. That independent variable जो आप इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, या तो ड्रग दे रहे हैं, प्रोसीजर दे रहे हैं, जो भी कर रहे हैं, उनको इंटरवीन कर रहा है सर रिसर्चर, वो एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप में है ही. But depending on whether or not pre-test is given, you might see different results. ठीक है, तो आप 2 and 4 में भी results अलग दिखेंगे आपको, because one control is given pre-test, the other control is not given pre-test. Whatever it might be, whether you are preparing the patient or maybe you are giving a introductory dose of a drug. ठीक है, it can be this way as well. For example, आप antibiotics की efficacy देख रहे हैं in experimental and control groups. ठीक है, और एंटी कैंसर ड्रग की एफिकेसी देख रहे हैं, एंड आप एक क्या बोलते हैं कंट्रोल ग्रुप को बोल रहे नहीं कि उनको ड्रग मिल रहा, एंड एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप को आप ड्रग दे रहे. ठीक है, एंड लेट्स सपोज टू वन ग्रुप यू आर टेलिंग दैट यू आर गिविंग द ड्रग, इन अनदर ग्रुप यू आर टेलिंग दैट यू आर गिविंग द ड्रग बट यू डोंट गिव द ड्रग. इमेजिन यू गिव अ प्लेसिबो. सो इन देयर माइंड दे हैव द नॉलेज दैट दे आर टेकिंग द ड्रग. ठीक है, सो यू कैन क्रिएट अ लॉट ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी दिस वे. I hope you are understanding that there are 4 groups. Okay, imagine they are cancer patients and they are getting experimental treatment. Okay, in control group, you know, you can only give placebo. ठीक है, आप intervention नहीं कर सकते. Technically, इनके अंदर आप placebo दे रहे, ठीक है, and इनके अंदर आप main drug दे रहे experiment के अंदर. Let's suppose to one experimental group you are telling that you are giving pre-test. Pre-test. This is yes and yes, and this is no and no. Okay. So in one experimental group you are telling that they are getting the drug. You are telling the group that you are getting the drug, and in one control group you are telling that you are getting the drug, but you don't actually give them the drug. Versus another experimental and control group where in one experimental E2 आप में आप बोल रहे, you are telling them that you are not getting that, you are not getting the drug, or you are not telling altogether, you are not doing anything, no pre-test is done, आप कुछ information नहीं दे रहे उनको, but you are giving the drug and you are seeing some effect. And control group, as is, you are not giving the drug and you are not telling them anything, and you are seeing a certain effect. So you will be able to see 4 different effects in 4 different groups. ठीक है, एक एक्सपेरिमेंटल जो पेशेंट था जिसको आप बोले कि आपको ड्रग मिल रहा है ना, आप उनको ड्रग दे रहे. देन एक और एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप है जिनको आप कुछ भी नहीं बोल के ड्रग दे रहे. देन देयर इज वन कंट्रोल ग्रुप इन whom you are telling that you will be getting the drug but you are not giving the drug, and another control group in which you are not telling anything and you are not giving the drug also. So you will see 4 different type of results. That is how a Solomon 4 group will work. Okay, so you will get complexity in results this way. I hope you understood the design here, how this will work. Okay, and if you have doubts you can ask, or you can put in the chat as well. All right, then we come to another type of true experimental design called factorial design. अब फैक्टोरियल डिजाइन में क्या है, दिस इज यूजफुल व्हेन यू हैव मल्टीपल इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स. मल्टीपल इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स आर आल्सो कॉल्ड फैक्टर्स. ठीक है, कई फैक्टर्स है जो पेशेंट्स को अफेक्ट कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, देयर आर सेवरल फैक्टर्स दैट यू वांट टू टेस्ट. यू वांट टू टेस्ट द इफेक्ट ऑफ सेवरल फैक्टर्स ऑन सर्टेन पेशेंट्स. फॉर एग्जांपल, टाइप ऑफ थेरेपी, लेंथ ऑफ थेरेपी, length of treatment, level of treatment, how complex the treatment is. All of these are different factors. ठीक है, आप लेट्स सपोज एक ड्रग देना चाह रहे हैं. ठीक है, एक एंटीबायोटिक देना चाह रहे हैं, उसका इफेक्ट देखना चाह रहे हैं पेशेंट में। तो फर्स्ट एक वेरिएबल क्या हो सकता है, आप ये ड्रग जो है एंटीबायोटिक क्या फॉर्म में दे रहे हैं, आप सिरप फॉर्म में दे रहे हैं, आईवी फॉर्म में दे रहे हैं। लेट्स सपोज वन इज सिरप, वन इज आईवी, वन इज ओरल टैबलेट, ठीक है, और लेट्स सपोज टैबलेट, ठीक है, ये टाइप ऑफ थेरेपी। देन लेंथ ऑफ थेरेपी, अनदर वेरिएबल, अनदर फैक्टर, ठीक है। Another factor could be one group of patient is getting it for 1 week, another is getting it for 2 weeks, the third is getting it for 3 weeks, ठीक है। अनदर फैक्टर लेवल ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट, आप कितना डोसेज दे रहे हैं, ठीक है। अब ये सिरप आईवी एंड टैबलेट भी जो है तो इसके अलग अलग डोसेज दे सकते हैं। इमेजिन यू आर गिविंग 1 dose टू वन ग्रुप, यू आर गिविंग 2 doses टू अनदर ग्रुप एंड 3 doses टू अनदर ग्रुप। तो आप ऐसा बहुत सारी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। आप मल्टीपल फैक्टर्स, दूसरे मल्टीपल फैक्टर्स के साथ पढ़ सकते हैं। तो मैं एक पेशेंट को एग्जांपल, आई वांट टू सी अ ग्रुप who is on syrup of that antibiotic for 2 weeks and they are taking 3 doses in a day, एग्जाम्पल, ठीक है। तो मेरे को ये ग्रुप का रिजल्ट मिलता, ठीक है। और इमेजिन इफ आई वांट टू सी द इफेक्ट ऑफ अ टैबलेट इन पेशेंट्स हु आर टेकिंग इट फॉर 3 weeks फॉर 3 doses, ये ग्रुप का इफेक्ट मिलता मेरे को। तो यू कैन सी अ लॉट ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी हियर, यहाँ पर भी अलग अलग फैक्टर्स को आप एक साथ टेस्ट कर सकते हैं। फैक्टोरियल डिजाइन एसेंशियली परमिट्स यू टू टेस्ट मल्टीपल हाइपोथेसिस विद अ सिंगल एक्सपेरिमेंट, ठीक है। You are able to test multiple hypotheses. You are able to find out which dosage form is the best out of syrup, IV, and tablet. You are able to find out which is the correct duration of therapy, which will be the correct duration, as in 1 week, 2 week, or 3 week, and which will be the correct dose, single duration like OD, BD, or TID, once a day, twice a day, or thrice a day. आप कैसा दे सकते हैं, which will be better, ठीक है। It will help you analyze both the main effect that you are trying to find and interaction effect, ठीक है, because you are seeing interaction between other effects। अब जैसा सिरप एंड लेट्स सपोज सिरप को आप essentially 1 week के लिए कर रहे थे, ये ग्रुप इंटेंड कर रहे थे, बट द इंटरेक्शन वाज सिरप 2 weeks एंड थ्री डोसेस, ठीक है। अलग अलग इंटरेक्शन एंड मेन इफेक्ट के बीच में आप रिलेशनशिप देख सकते हैं फैक्टोरियल डिजाइन से। So those are factorial designs. You are able to essentially study several factors which are being given to the same experimental and control group. तो experiment को ही देते हैं आप, control कुछ भी नहीं देते, but you are able to see several factors in that same experiment that you are running in the same number of patients just by varying factors. Okay. Then there is Latin square design. Latin square design is also something similar, ठीक है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल लैटिन स्क्वायर डिजाइन में क्या करते हैं आप, लैटिन स्क्वायर डिजाइन में यू आर सीइंग सेवरल डिफरेंट ट्रीटमेंट्स दैट माइट बी यूज्ड इन द सेम एक्सपेरिमेंट, या सेवरल डिफरेंट ड्रग्स दैट माइट बी यूज्ड इन द सेम एक्सपेरिमेंट। वहां पर एक ड्रग का अलग अलग फॉर्म देख रहे थे ना अपन, यहाँ पर अलग अलग ट्रीटमेंट्स देख रहे हैं ऑल टुगेदर। सो लेट्स सपोज यू वांट टू सी relative effect of 3 or more drugs in combination, ठीक है। maybe you want to give them singly or you want to give them in combination, and in which sequence of administration will it produce the best effects. So let's suppose there are 3 different type of antipsychotic drugs, ठीक है। let's suppose we have one pill A, pill B, and pill C, ठीक है। all 3 of them are antidepressants example, ठीक है। अब आप देखना चाह रहे हैं whether one singly will be good or B given solo will be good or C given solo will be good, या फिर A plus B is better or B plus C is better or C plus A is better, या फिर should I give A plus B plus C, क्या कॉम्बिनेशन में देना, क्या डोसेस में देना, कैसा एडमिनिस्टर करना, दैट विल बी अ लैटिन स्क्वायर डिजाइन, ओके। यहाँ पर आप ड्रग्स के साथ खेल रहे हैं। इन द प्रीवियस डिजाइन यू वर सीइंग द सेम ड्रग and you were varying other factors. You know, in that same drug, what will be the type of therapy that you can give, what is the length of therapy that you can give, what is the level of treatment that you get. If in this, you are seeing the effects of multiple different factors in the form of different drugs. तो आप अलग अलग ड्रग के कॉम्बिनेशन दिए तो क्या इफेक्ट होने वाला है पेशेंट, दैट यू आर सीइंग, ठीक है। दैट इज द लैटिन स्क्वायर डिजाइन एसेंशियली। Then we have another popular type of true experimental design called clinical trials. ठीक है। क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स का फोकस विल बी क्लिनिकल आउटकम, ठीक है। These can be experimental or quasi-experimental depending on the degree of randomization. I'll explain what is quasi-experimental in the next class, but essentially randomization अलग रहती है true experimental and quasi-experimental design में. Now अब आप क्या कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर, you are using that degree of randomization which is to select and assign subjects to a treatment group. तो क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स में एसेंशियली आप स्पेसिफिकली क्लिनिकल आउटकम्स के लिए ही देख रहे हैं. अभी अब तक मैं जितने भी एग्जांपल दे रहा था, मोर ऑफन देन नॉट इट वाज रिलेटेड टू ट्रीटमेंट, राइट. क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स आर समथिंग सिमिलर. क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स में फॉर एग्जांपल नाउ कोरोना का वैक्सीन जो आ रही, they are 4-5, there are several different vaccines. There are 4-5 common vaccines, the popular ones that are being given, and Covishield is the one that is being used. Covishield and Covaxin is the one that are being used in India. अब क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स से यू कैन फाइंड आउट कि क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स अलग अलग फेजेस में होते हैं, ठीक है. यू हैव आई थिंक 2 years back in pharmacology you studied about this, but in any case just to brush it up, we have phase 1 trials, phase 2 trials, phase 3, then phase 4, ठीक है. यहाँ पर आप एक स्पेसिफिक क्लिनिकल आउटकम के लिए देख रहे हैं. आप एक ही ड्रग को टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, you are testing it at a bigger and bigger and bigger population, and you are looking for one specific goal. Let's suppose आपका goal है to make a drug to decrease blood pressure. Example, your goal is to make sure that there is one drug that is decreasing blood pressure. अब आपको कहीं ना कहीं से, let's suppose you extracted some drug, you synthesized a new drug, and let's suppose the manufacturer is selling this drug will decrease blood pressure. We want to find out what is the ideal dose at which this drug will be useful and it will not cause any harmful effect in the patient. Hence, that drug will enter clinical trials. Clinical trials में क्या करते हैं आप, पहले animal trials run करते हैं. Animal trials run करने के बाद आप क्या करते हैं, phase trials में आते हैं, human trials में आते हैं, ठीक है. पहले टेस्ट करते हैं, उसकी एफिकेसी लैब में टेस्ट करते हैं, बराबर है नहीं बराबर है. उसके बाद एनिमल्स पे टेस्ट करते हैं. एनिमल्स पे टेस्ट करने के बाद आप क्या करते हैं, जनरली माइस और रैबिट्स पे टेस्ट करने के बाद आजकल क्या बोलते हैं, सिमुलेटेड मॉडल्स आ रहे हैं. तो नाउअडेज बिकॉज ऑफ एथिकल इश्यूज, some people instead of using animals they are using this thing, क्या बोलते हैं, simulated experiments. That is also fine. Okay, not in all cases, but they are being used. After that comes to human trials, in which you'll have phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Depending on, अब जैसा phase 1 में 10 to 20 patients में देते हैं वो drug. Let's suppose in 10 to 20 patients you are seeing a few effects. Okay? You will, by the time you give it in animals, you will have a vague idea what will be the ideal dose for it. So thoda you'll play around with dosages and you will start seeing certain effects and you'll start seeing certain side effects of the drug as well. If it is successful in this phase 1 trials, you will increase it. Okay? Now in phase 2 trials, you might give it up to 200 patients. Okay? Then again you see the effects in 200, you increase it again. यहाँ पर phase 3 में 3000 patients में देते हैं. Then phase 4 will be post marketing surveillance. तो एक बार phase 3 पास होने के बाद drug, it will be given like to general public phase 4 trials में. And general public in the sense you will give it to a larger population, something like 30,000 or 3 million, big population. And you see the effects of the drug in several more patients, because 3000 is a very limited number. एक population को represent करने के लिए. Let's suppose there is a BP drug that you want to give specifically Indians. It is very hard to represent all of Indians in 3000 people, because there are so many communities and so many genotypes and so many phenotypes. It will be hard to represent everyone within 3000. So आप क्या करते हैं, phase 4 trials को जाके you will monitor the drug very, very closely. You will make sure that doctors are prescribing the drug and they are seeing the effects of the drug in the patient. So what will happen, अगर आप especially OPD दिए या inpatient भी दिए, तो you will see a few side effects. You will see some new side effects which might not have been mentioned in all of these 3 trials come up in this phase 4 trials. So maybe in these 3 trials you did not include pregnant patients, or maybe you did not include psychotic patients, or you did not include children. Okay, जो भी, तो yeah, geriatric patients. So they might be included in this 30,000 population, and you might see the effects or side effects of that drug, or maybe the duration is different, T half is different, whatever is different in those patients in a larger population. Once you know that it is safe, that is the end of that clinical trial. Okay. So that is how clinical trials will run. You have a specific clinical outcome इसमें, ठीक है? You are looking for one specific goal यहाँ पर. That goal in this sense will be decrease in BP. ठीक है? What is the ideal dose at which this drug will decrease BP? Then we have another type of true experimental design, which is called preventive design. You have preventive design and therapeutic design. Preventive design एक है, therapeutic design एक है, ठीक है? अलग अलग है ये दो. Very simple to understand. Preventive. हाँ. Preventive design जो है, you are essentially testing whether or not a specific intervention or a specific treatment reduces the risk associated with developing a specific disease. For example, you have read about hypoglycemic drugs. For example, let's suppose we take atorvastatin. Okay. Atorvastatin is a drug that is a hypolipidemic drug. It decreases the lipid level of a person. It decreases cholesterol. जिनको भी high cholesterol level है उनको atorvastatin देते हैं. रात में सोने से पहले एक टैबलेट खा लो बोल के बोलते. ठीक है. Now what you are studying is you have patients or you have a small population who is at the risk of developing coronary artery disease or who is at the risk of developing stroke or something like that. ठीक है. Major problems, major cardiovascular problems or न्यूरो प्रॉब्लम्स रिलेटेड टू कार्डियोवास्कुलर सिस्टम. तो आप क्या कर रहे हो? आप एक प्रिवेंटिव इंटरवेंशन दे रहे हैं उनके अंदर. दैट प्रिवेंटिव इंटरवेंशन और प्रिवेंटिव ट्रीटमेंट विल बी atorvastatin and you are studying down the line what will be the effect of giving atorvastatin in patients and what will happen to patients who are not giving that. Let's suppose you have 300 patients totally who have high cholesterol. You are dividing them randomly into 150 and 150 experimental and control group. ठीक है. ये एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप है, ये कंट्रोल ग्रुप. एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप में आप atorvastatin दे रहे, कंट्रोल में आप नहीं दे रहे. ठीक है. यू आर गिविंग प्लेसिबो लेट्स सपोज and you are seeing the effect of atorvastatin over time in experimental patient versus the effect of high cholesterol without doing any intervention in control patients. So let's suppose later on you find out that patients who are not given any drug, they are at a higher risk of developing other conditions as well. Let's suppose they are at a higher risk of developing diabetes or coronary artery disease or heart failure or something or the other. ठीक है. ऐसा. तो आप यहाँ पर प्रिवेंटिव डिजाइन देखें. What are the preventive effects? What are the effects? Or, what are the preventive effects of an intervention that you can do? ठीक है. Preventing one specific disease from developing. Therapeutic design will help you. So इसमें prevention देख रहे हैं आप. Therapeutic design में it is to determine the effectiveness of a treatment. ठीक है. Effectiveness in reducing symptoms, in preventing relapse, or in reducing the death associated with specific illness. Okay, that will help you find out whether the drug is working or not. That is a therapeutic design. अब therapeutic design में एक drug दे रहे in hopes that it will treat a particular disease. You are not trying to prevent a disease. You already know that the person has a disease. Let's suppose a patient has atherosclerosis. Okay, or they have, rather than moving to cardiovascular, let's suppose disease लगा सकते. Let's suppose they have diabetes. ठीक है. Now diabetes mellitus ना आप anti hypoglycemic drug दे रहे. Let's suppose you are giving patient to glimepiride. ठीक है. आप glimepiride दे रहे patient को regularly. Now you want to find out what will be the effect of giving glimepiride in patients who have diabetes. यहाँ पर you are not trying to prevent anything. You already know that the patient has diabetes. Okay, you're trying to find out what is the effectiveness of giving glimepiride in patients who have diabetes. How is it reducing the symptoms? Especially, let's suppose, how is it reducing the onset of complications in patients with diabetes? अगर आप glimepiride दे रहे तो patient को दूसरे complications, retinopathy, neuropathy, nephropathy हो रहा या नहीं हो रहा? And is it, let's suppose अगर relapse किसमें आता? Relapse generally. Let's suppose there is an alcoholic patient and you are giving antipsychotics to those patients so that the alcohol level decreases, their dependence to alcohol decreases, or they have some other kleptomania या कुछ तो भी है, schizophrenia है. So you are trying to see the effectiveness of that drug in preventing relapse. ठीक है. Relapse to smoking or relapse to drinking, whatever it is. आप nicotine patch दे रहे तो you are seeing the effect of that drug in prevention of relapse to smoking. And you are also seeing, you're deducing the death associated to specific illness, despite the presence of drug, whether the patient is dying or not, and what is the condition of the patient at the time of death. ठीक है, was it specifically because of diabetes or was it because of some other reason? ठीक है, आपको पता चलता है ये ड्रग दिए तो condition might get better but they will eventually die, or if you are giving the drug, maybe the condition will be much better and there is a lower chance of them dying because of that condition. They might die because of whatever other reason, but because of that specific reason. अब जैसे डायबिटीज पेशेंट है, उनके अंदर अगर आप ग्लिमेपिराइड दे रहे हो, देयर क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ एंड देयर चांस ऑफ लिविंग इज स्लाइटली हायर कंपेयर टू पेशेंट्स हु आर नॉट टेकिंग एनी एंटी हाइपोग्लाइसेमिक ड्रग. ठीक है, तो वैसा आप कंपैरिजंस कर सकते हैं थेरेपेटिक डिजाइन में. We'll discuss about the strengths and limitation of experimental design in the next class. After that, we'll do quasi-experimental design. Okay. There are more types of multivariate design, nested design, randomized block design, crossover design, or aate bahut sare. It is up to you. If you want to read, you can read them, but it's not exactly compulsory. Just for your own knowledge, and if you, there is a chance that, let's suppose अगर specifically true experimental design पूछा तो आपको लिखना पड़ता, but that is very rare. Okay. In a broader context, they will ask you what is research design, and they will ask you to describe all quantitative and qualitative. तो ये बहुत छोटा minute detail हो जाता. You have to briefly explain designs. तो वो context में इतना बस है.